Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we do unbiased price action analysis. And as you guys can see here, this is one of Uncle Charles' favorite time frames, the 15-minute chart. We had a bit of an up and down type of day. Day traders paradise, as I like to refer to it, sheep's paradise, because we had multiple setups. They were all good level to level move, day tradable moves to the downside, to the upside. If you traded unbiasedly, you should have had a good day today. Hopefully, in Uncle Chada's video, I am going to give you guys the levels and setups to watch out and to trade for tomorrow. We have CPI tomorrow, so I am expecting some type of gap up or gap down. And whatever the gap up or the gap down, I hope it leads to a trend move intraday, guys. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys the levels, but I need to remind you guys, for the new viewers and for the people who needs reviewing, how to use the levels. Okay, in Uncle Charles' Discord, we're gonna talk about stop loss hunting because I think that's very important for today. But before we get there, I wrote here to end the bounce. 586 must defend as resistance and break down support at 584.2 to put the lower targets in play. Okay, guys, and the SPY started off with a breakdown of 584.2, this red line right here, and it led to a beautiful move to the downside, almost testing my 578 level. If you guys shorted the breakdown of 584.2 or 583 today, you guys should have made good money. But once we came just shy of testing 578, what happened? Well, we had a false breakdown, a recapture of the 580 level right around 12:30 Eastern time. Recaptured 580 and it led to a $4, well, $3 to $4 bounce before breaking back down the 583 level and hitting those lower targets down to 580 and so on. So we had very good, very nice level to level move, multi-levels, $4, $5 move to the downside, to the upside. If you traded unbiasedly using Uncle's levels, you should have had a good day. But at the end of the day, it was still chop, and we had a chop leading into CPI day for tomorrow. Let's get to the daily chart, guys. All right, this is very important. I hope you guys, a little quick review, I hope you guys know how to use the levels. Okay, breakdown of support, you want to look to short. Breakout of resistance, you want to look to long. So now we got to look at the daily chart, and we look at the structure of this triangle pattern. You've seen recently that the SPY gap down. We had like a bullish divergence when we had that gap down, but it quickly corrected itself. But we had that gap down that must have taken out a bunch of stop loss. The market makers look like they went stop loss hunting, as you guys can see by this image. Market makers love to set up some stop losses just for them to attack the stop losses that could be building up below the level before heading up higher. When I look at this, I sort of get that vibe. Okay, I'm not saying it's bullish, but what I am saying, it looked like they went stop loss hunting, and that area is turning to a buy zone. Okay, so right now we need to talk about the bull case and the bear case scenario. All right, let's talk about the bull case scenario as of right now. All right, for me to be bullish, CPI, whether it comes in weak or strong tomorrow, the main levels that really need to recapture are 583.8. We can round it to 584. I'm gonna round it to 584 and 586. Now, if we go to a smaller time frame, if my thing will load here, okay, I want to zoom out a little bit for you guys. You guys see that green line, this green line right here? That is my 586 level. All right, when we was chopping around that time right there, okay, we was chopping right here early January. It was the breakdown of 586 that led to about $10 to $11 move to the downside. All right, since then we bounced. We've bounced, and what happened today? Well, we back tested that 586 level as a resistance. This is overall bearish price action here. And why am I saying this? Because while we was chopping, 586 was the chop support level, support of the chop zone. The loss of that level led to a beautiful move, and then we back tested it as resistant. The buy zone, the previous buy zone, is now becoming the new sell zone. That's overall bearishness. So for me to be bullish, I need to see 584 and 586 recapture. A recapture of 586 would invalidate 586, turn it into a sell zone. It would invalidate this bearish price action. This is why I can't get bullish unless we recapture 584 or 586. Because when a buy zone turns into a sell zone, that is usually bearish price action. And if it's bearish price action, I'm going to stay bearish. So if 586 recapture, that is when I would switch back to bullish. All right. But as long as below 586, the bears still have a shot at more downside. They just need to break down this 580 and 578 level. 580 based on the triangle pattern, the green triangle pattern or wedge, whatever you want to call it. And of course, 578 being the fib level. It was a new buy zone as well. Multiple times last Friday and even today, we got some strong buying pressure around that area. So with CPI tomorrow, if we gap above 586, Uncle Charters is bullish, and I will favor more upside. 587, above 586 is 588, 589.2, 591, and 592.6 would all be in play. If we gap above 586, I would be bull bias. Now, if we gap down tomorrow and we lose 580 and 578, I would be bear bias and favor we go test 576, 574.2, 573, 571.2, and 570 would all be in play. Above 584 and 586, bullish. Below 580 and 578, bearish. Watch where we gap to. Okay, guys? Triple Q. I can't call a bottom unless we recapture 509. We need to clear 509. We need to clear 510.5. We need to clear 512. And there's a fib level at 513.7. Once again, if the price action is not bullish, meaning we recapture lost levels or clear resistance, I'm not going to be bullish. But if it is, I'm not going to argue with the price action. And the main level I need to see recapture of 509 and 510.5, and then I would favor some more upside. Otherwise, if we gap down tomorrow and start breaking down support below 505 and 503.7, I would be bearish. Loss of 502 and 500.5, I would favor more downside. All right. Tesla, what a beautiful move for Tesla today. I mentioned to everybody, with that gap up, you don't want to catch FOMO. Watch for the setup. We broke down support level. It was incredible. Broke down 414, broke down 412.5, 411, 409, and it just kept on going. Now we're gapping down. Next support is at 393.5, 392, 390.5, and 389. Okay, if those levels fail, then more downside incoming. I can't get bullish unless we can get above 396.4, 398, and clear 400. If we can clear those levels, then I would favor a bounce back to the upside. NVDA looking bearish. To me, I mentioned you want to look to short if we lose that 135 level. We did lose it today, and it led to some downside from here. 131.5 and 130 are support. If those levels fail, 128.5 and 127 incoming. I will trust no bounce unless we get a false breakdown. That means we need a recapture 133 and 135 to put 136.8, 140, and 142 plus, 143 plus all back in play. IWM gave us the bounce. A little continuation from yesterday. Very interesting. IWM tends to lead. When it's dropping, it tends to lead. When it's popping, it tends to lead. Right now, it's popping. Let's see how it reacts to CPI tomorrow. Overall, if it gets above 222, that is bullish. 225, 226.5, and 230 would all be in play. All of them. All right? If we are to get bearish, it needs to get below 220. It needs to break down 217. 217 served as the buy zone today. But if it breaks down 215 or lower incoming, okay? 222 above 222, we're bullish. Below 220 and break down to 217, we are bearish. Apple's looking bearish. I know we got CPI tomorrow, but as of right now, it's looking bearish. Okay, RSI is RSI is very oversold. Looks like looks interesting. All I can say is it's looking bearish, but hey, it can change. And if it is going to change to be bullish, 236 and 237.5 must clear. If it does, 240, 242 plus would all be in play. Okay, now it's looking bearish right now, and for it to continue to be bearish, it needs to break down support at 232 and 230.7. If those levels fail, then more downside incoming. Amazon still looking bearish to me. It just needs to break down 218 and 216. If it can, then more downside in play. To turn this all around, like I've been saying, we need to clear some resistant levels. 220, 222, and to really call a bottom, 223.6. All must recapture. Meta's looking bearish. We finally lost that 603 level, guys. What I tell you, need to break down 603 to get bearish, and it worked out beautifully. Next supports are 595, 593, and 591.4. If those levels fail, 590 or lower incoming. I will trust no bounce unless we can get some false breakdown setups. As usual, 597, 600, and 603 all must recapture for Uncle Charters to switch back to bullish on Meta. Okay, this is no longer looking like a cup and handle. This is looking a lot more bearish. Maybe double top. Well, not really a double top, but definitely looking bearish. Maybe an M pattern forming here, guys. Microsoft looks bearish to me. We lost the multi-month trend line recently. We retested it as a resistant. All right, unless CPI can gap this thing back to the upside, 417, 419, and 421 must clear to be bullish. As of right now, it's still looking bearish. All right, it's still looking bearish. Loss of 415 and 412.5 would definitely put 410 or lower in play. But as of right now, it look bearish. It can change tomorrow with CPI. And remember the levels I gave you. All right, 417, 419, and 421 clears. We are bullish. Otherwise, still bearish. DXY is pulling back here. Gotta be careful. It's pulling back. And if it continue to pull back, that might mean the SPY could bounce, okay? Not all the time it inverses each other. Not all the time. But remember, this is not the realm of absolute. We're in the realm of probability. Okay, we gotta go with the highest probability. And loss of 109 would definitely send DXY a lot lower. And if it's bearish, gotta watch if the SPY is gonna be bullish. All right. Trust no bounce unless 109.5 and 110 can clear. Coin still. I mean, we got a higher close, but it still looks overall bearish to me. I can't really call a bottom unless 258 and 265 can clear on a daily chart. Tried to clear it, tried to test it, but failed. But those are the two levels I got. 258 and 265 must clear to call a bottom. Otherwise, still looking bearish. Still looking bearish. And if we break down support 256, 254, 252, and critical fib level support at 250.7 are, they need a breakdown for more downside to come. All right. DOGE look like it's trying to bounce. It recaptured officially that 34 cent. As long as above, I'm favoring we go test 38 and 40 cents. Okay. And yes, Uncle Charters is long right now on DOGE. I will cut loss though if we lose 34 cents again. So hopefully not. But as long as above, I'm holding to see if we'll test 38 and 40 cents. Cut loss if 34 cents is lost. Bitcoin look like it's trying to bounce as well. As long as above 95.7K, or you can round it to 96K. 98 and 100K are in play. Okay, do not short unless we lose 96 and 94K. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a long day, but I hope it was all worth it for us. Okay, it was incredible trading day, and I hope tomorrow is even better. Good luck, guys. Peace.